This review is of the Adventuridge 4-in-1 airbed. You can use it as a single bed or two single beds that are attached to each other, or a high-raised single bed by stacking them on top of each other and connecting them with the straps that are built in. Personally, I am very dubious about the straps because they would have to be very well reinforced in order to prevent them from actually causing the bed to be ripped open. It does include a pump and a carrying bag, so you don't have to keep it in the box. It is hard to get it back in the box because, you know, they just pop it in there right from the factory. A little bit more information. Super safety valve helps rapid inflation and deflation, which is true. Waterproof flock top prevents sheets from slipping, provides soft velvety feel, and adds to comfort. Although I would not suggest sleeping directly on top of this because it's harder to clean than sheets that you could put on here. Strong vinyl coil beam construction, which is just this thing with all the, you know, the columns there. Contents also have two single beds, these things right here. Unfortunately, because they put them this way, the pillows are somewhat uncomfortable, although I do like the fact that the connection, the Velcro connection, is on this very far end, so you can kind of slip your shoulder underneath there or part of your arm to help give you more comfort and support for your neck. So in terms of support for your neck and head, it's pretty good. Unfortunately, because the bumps are arranged this way instead of the long way, it is a bit uncomfortable at times. Let's see, and I think that's pretty much it. Here are the dimensions: 75 by 29 by 9 inches, or 191 by 73 by 22 inches per bed. Obviously, if it's 9 inches thick, that would be 18 inches plus if you stack them on top of each other. So let's take a look at the actual parts. Okay, so the user manual comes in English and in Spanish, and you don't actually need it if you just use your brains a little bit, but you know, it can be confusing for some people if they have no experience with this kind of thing. So you know, do what you need to do if you're having trouble figuring it out. The pump comes, it's a very good pump. I don't know how durable it is. However, as far as filling up the bed quickly, this is fantastic. The very large circumference of the pump chamber makes it very easy to push a lot of air into the bed very quickly. And you've got this quick attach here. Doesn't have any threading or anything like that. And then you have 3 different ways. Now for the bed itself, you're going to use this thing and connect it directly to the built-in valve. It's a one-way valve, so you don't have to worry about the air leaking out when you disconnect it. When you're pumping up the pillows, you can use one of these 2 things here. They're different sizes for different speed of filling it up, and those also do a great job because the valves on the stems of the pillows are also designed to be one way. So let's take a look at the rest of it. Okay, so I've got them in the bag here just so you can see. It's got straps on the back so you can carry it on your back. That's kind of convenient, good idea. And we've got the pillows, which look like this, and you can see the ridges that, and on the back there are big Velcro pieces that stick to the bed's Velcro. And here's the one-way valve that you can pump it up with. It's again, not perfect, but it's not bad for what you're getting. Now the bed itself, at the very end of the head of the bed where the valve is, you've got these 2 Velcro pieces where you can position the pillow again. That allows you about this much space for your shoulder so you can properly support your neck. Otherwise, you know, I don't know about you, but I have cervical spondylosis, maybe some radiculitis, and that makes it very, very important to keep my neck supported properly when I sleep, or anything really. And here it is. If you want to exhaust the air out quickly, you can open up this part so that you can push the air out very, very fast, and that's a great design idea. Also, here's the one-way valve for when you're pushing air in there through using the pump, and that will really make it easy to remove the valve from here in order to be able to close it up without losing any air. And once you've got it closed up, then you can put the cap on it to make doubly sure, and make sure it's pushed all the way in. All parts are pushed all the way in, and then you're going to push it back inside the recess here. Now this is on both the pillows and the beds, this is the most difficult part, is to make this whole thing recessed into this hole here. It takes a lot of effort. So my suggestion is wait until it's fully inflated, close it up really securely, and then you're going to want to use both of your hands and firmly, but carefully not to break the seam. In other words, rip it, push it all the way in so it's not sticking out, because you don't want to accidentally hit it in the middle of the night somehow and pull this flap open, and somehow it all gets opened up and then you're on a flat bed. Unfortunately, the other mattress was fine. However, this mattress has, I should say, got a puncture in it, which is quite close to the seam. It's somewhere in the middle along the side, one of the sides. We did try to use the little patch thing that came with it, which is down in here somewhere. They give you a little bit of patch material. They give you this, and it says to clean the area and then apply it for half an hour before you inflate the mattress. Now the problem with a tear of the seam, it's basically impossible to fix with something like this. And anything near the seam, if it's too close to the seam like our puncture was, which it came out of the box that way, and I don't know how it got punctured, but unfortunately with it that close to the seam, it was like maybe that far from the seam, about 1/4 inch or less, and we couldn't get it to seal. We put it on there. I applied it very firmly and scraped it down to make sure it would stick. And half an hour went by and inflated it, and within a short time it was deflating again. So unfortunately, we're going to be taking this back to the store. And I also have to mention, this is the second time I've bought this product from Aldi. And the first time I got it, it had a leak too. And so I took it back, because it was an unfixable leak, just like this time. It wasn't a puncture that time, it was a break in the seal. So twice in a row, and it was years ago in a different state when I bought it last time. So I'm just not going to be buying this product anymore. Also, when I bought it the first time, I did try stacking them on top of each other, like it suggests can be done in on the box, and I found that that was not very ideal. Also, if you fully inflate the beds, you will discover that, well, they're pretty hard. So what our experience is from using these is, don't fully inflate them. Give them a little bit of give, and try to find the ideal amount of give that works best for you, so that your spine is straight and your hips are not hitting the ground. If you're a very heavy person, you're going to struggle with that, because I'm only 160 pounds, and even then sometimes during the night I could feel my hips scraping the ground. But if it's really hard, you're not going to be very comfortable, because it's fully inflated. It's going to be hard. All that air is going to be putting a lot of pressure against your body, and you don't want that. Honestly, I don't really recommend this particular product, given that twice in a row now I've had the same basic problem of a leak that was unfixable, and the other challenges with it. I think it should be a thicker mattress, number one. Number two, they should make the material thicker, or use a thicker, I think this is probably like maybe a 6 or 8 millimeter thick plastic. I think they should have gone for something like a 10 millimeter thick plastic to try and improve the chances that it's not going to be a leaker. But ultimately, was it a coincidence that I got two bad ones from two different states years apart? Maybe, but maybe it's just an indication that the products aren't that great. Or maybe I just had bad luck. I don't know. I think it's got potential. I think some of the ideas that they've incorporated, especially the valves and the very nice pump, are great. But if it's going to be a leaker, we were on a 2-night camping trip, and my poor boy sacrificed himself so that I could sleep on the one that didn't leak. Not ideal. So I'll give it a 4. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.